an hour and a half or so before normal recording, so it's not that far off. Horga'hn Hunt's going, well, it's ending. Biathlon is next, followed by the Artifact Scavenger Hunt, Powerboard Racing, Biathlon again, Artifact again, and Dance Off. So, yeah. Alright. So, welcome to day 13 of Risa's vacation here.
Try again soon.
Thank you, sir. The festival is going on. It's still... It is day 13, right? Yeah, I'm getting the 12th one today. This is the 13th day recording and the 12th progression. So, because I'm a day off or whatever. Reported for doing a typo. Pika? Why? Why you like that? Watch it, mister. No one says mister, mister. You say mister, mister. Only one man says mister, and that man is Captain James Tiberius Kirk. Yeah, I thought I'd start it up at like an hour or so ahead of time because I have to go to work tomorrow and be there earlier than normal, so won't really give me much time to do my normal every night thing. I is streaming. At least I hope I am. Let's see. It says 2 minutes, yes, so I should be streaming right now. Yeah, but retorted. My documentary came here. Alright. Let's get on our power board and get over here. Maybe we won't disqualify and go the wrong way and all that kind of bullshit. I love you guys, man.
Competitive racers, on your mark.
Constipated racers.
Get set. Go!
How did I do that? I just pressed forward at the right moment. And I got the boost. Awesome. That means I'm going to not do very well at this race since I'm boosting already. Got that boost. And coming down hard. Ugh. Tell me, there we go. Get it back. Oh my god, really? Back on the board, dumbass. I knew something was going to be up. Just knew it. Son of a bitch. What the hell? What is the deal, man?
Check in at the flag before equipping your Flounder.
Yeah, I'll probably get like 3rd place. Game is rigged. At least I'm getting through the rings this time. Hate is just love with more aggro. Aggro? Aggro? You can go round and around in the world on a merry-go-round. Bam! 2nd place is not bad. Okay. Let's be a good sport here. Slow clap. Alright. Swing giblets. I am also using a sound suppression plug-in right now so that the background noise of any kind of hissing sound from just around me or whatever won't get counted in, because I've been hearing a little ticking from my clock and that feed a little bit. Let's go do early artifact scavenger hunting. Well, A new hard drive came in today. 1 terabyte. I'm going to, or I already did, I installed it. And have been transferring most of my large games over to it today.
Say, friend, there's a bunch of... How can I...
That includes GTA 5. It's like 98 gigs or something. There was another one that was huge too. I forget which one it was. I don't really have that many games installed because the space issue before. I'd probably put them back on if I want to play them again. I installed Unity to create stuff just to see if I can play around with it. I don't know how much better or worse it is than 3ds Max. I guess it'd be better since it's designed to make games. Well, 3ds Max is as well, but okay, we'll go that way then. And then we'll stop right there. And then we'll scan again here. Alright. Let's go this way because of no reason. And we're gonna stop. Slow down, buddy. The ERP isn't until after the next dance party. Exotic roleplay? What? What? Oh, what? Huh? Dude, okay, I need to focus on this because I like get distracted by that or some junk. Let's go down here into this hollowed area. You're further away, you bastard. How many times you gotta click? Eh. Let's go out to here. I'm not like making any. Let's see, check because it kills. It says it's behind me. It says it's down there. See, it says it's this way. God, it's the worst thing.
You found it! Quickly, dig it up and bring it back to me at my camp.
No, you dig it up and bring it back to you at your camp. Bam. Yo. I did it. All by myself. And you helped. Yes, you did. So congratulate yourself.
Okay, bend over.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Orson?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What is gross is all ERPers who play as little kids, and you see them everywhere on Risa. Sickos. Okay, bend over. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. When you're sharing a feeling's offensive and am offended. The mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work when it has holes in it. Okay. I have not seen this, so hopefully it's not everywhere. Wary. Well, since we're right over here, let's do some monkey tags. Oh, gotta do
Well
that.
done. How
Yeah,
can I...
okay, whatever. And let's go in here, turn that off. Talk to Monkey Trainer. Let's go ahead and complete all the collectible things today. Alright. Blue. Adult. Juvenile. Make that more of a thing. Like the juvenile tiki mask. And then right here, green? No green. What was that on blue a while ago? I can't remember. Or a second ago, whatever. Red. Ah, baby monkey. Okay, go away. Okay, research feathered monkey tags to get some of those. Okie dokie, yogi. That would be it for that one. Over here to the eggs. Exactly. Sea spray. No. Grodu glider. No. Passion wing. Wing adult. Turn him into a senior for next time around. Okay, talk to orthodontist. I don't know. I know the word, I just don't want to say it correctly because it's too much effort. Biome. Trading tropical bird egg. Here we go. Nothing, 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 nothing. Well, there was something, but that's not nothing yet. We'll wait on that. Alright, can we hatch another egg? Hatch egg. How many of these will get stuck with this year? I didn't check over here about trading. Or should I save that again? Because I want to get them like a... Was that like a senior? The seniors give out more. It's amazing you can age these things so quickly. Senior red. Cool. Hello, senor. Gotta go for fleet again so I can get that dilithium mine going. Since the original owners of the fleet that I'm in don't seem to be around anymore. Die, lithium, die. Contribute. We have 558,467 fleet credits. Dilithium mine provisions. How much are they each? Replicator. Oh, God, get off the screen. Mine provision is 600 each. If I can replicate 100 of them, I'll have a total of 60,000 used up for that to make just 100. So let me do that. Get the ball rolling a little bit faster. 410. Why can't anybody else donate? Don't understand. I'll eventually do that, I guess. Alright. Let's get the floater and go over here. How about that sports ball? What about it? I'm not going to get down on anyone for adult weirdness as long as it stays adult-oriented. Years of IRL dating, mating, game crap makes me feel like maybe they're onto something just doing their set. I was playing some VR chat pool today. I can't play in VR because I don't have it, so I played the 2D down table view. And that's kind of hard without any kind of like designated lines where stuff's going to go, and you can't really see the table well enough like everybody else can. It's like, you know, you don't normally, whenever you play like a 2D down table like view game of pool or billiards or whatever, it'll have like the lines where the ball's going to bounce, you know, or go off of, and its angle of reflection. But it doesn't have that, so it makes it harder. I've probably mentioned this already. I don't remember. A lot of things I don't remember and stuff I do remember. Things that I'd never learned in school that I learn now. Like when I was talking about that parent bed that can heal people. It seems to be like sort of a real thing. Not as intense as I was told. But it's like you sleep on it and it uses your life force energy to repair your stuff over the when you're sleeping at night or something. I don't know. I even looked it up on YouTube, and there's videos about stuff like that. I don't know how true or like what it actually does. I think, but whatever. You know. I don't know if it's at the 80-year-old thing. I think someone was just a little too excited and pulling legs and whatnot and that. Yeah, Nikola Tesla, man. But hey, one of the weird or the interesting facts though that is like, Nikola Tesla. I don't know if anyone's ever or Nikolai, Nikai, or whatever. He like was more than a genius. He claimed to have like received messages and like visions and like just instructions or whatever from nowhere, like into his mind, and he wrote down like the stuff he saw, and of that stuff was like the typical flying saucer, and you can actually look up online about his like plans and stuff that he had made to build one or whatever, and his Tesla coils for wireless energy around the world back then, and that's just amazing. And one of the cool things about it is like he got the idea from the pyramids of like Giza. There's been a lot of like talk throughout the years about there not really being a tomb in the Great Pyramid, and the fact that what the pyramid was made out of, and the gold top and all that, and if you like look at the side view of the how the chambers are set up, it's almost like they can like there used to be like a river flowing underneath it, and it would like cause like vibrations and stuff inside of it, and then actually make energy, and they think it would shoot out the top of the pyramid in like a beam of light, and then connect to the other pyramids of the world in a way for wireless energy back then, or make like a dome of energy so that they could fly around, which would make some sense, I guess, as far as like some of the hieroglyphs that are there. I mean, there's one hieroglyph that shows like a huge bulb, like an actual roundness, and this little coil of something going through the middle of it, like a snake wrapping thing or whatever. I mean, and there's the flying stuff that the ships and things that they've got in drawings, and like the things that look like Apache helicopters and planes and whatnot. And there's even like a wooden like what is it? Petrified sort of I guess wooden thing they found about a plane design or something. But it's pretty interesting, and it's what makes it even more interesting. Like there's always that like theory, even on Stargate, Daniel Jackson had about the pyramids being landing sites for spaceships and whatnot. But it couldn't be too far fetched. I mean, like you look at like stories from back in the day that that old people or old civilizations that no longer exist, and they're finding like their scrolls and all kinds of stuff about it, and it's like the Sumerians were visited by their what they called their gods, which are probably like aliens or something, and these aliens called themselves the Anunnaki, and they like like in religious stuff, it's like this guy named Enoch was endowed with like stuff from the gods and things and whatnot, and it's thought to be that instead of just actually God or gods, it was these alien race that taught humanity how to do stuff and actually created humanity. There's like talk of a great flood during that time, and all stuff that's like actual stories in the Bible that are differently like translated or something, or stories they didn't put in the Bible. But what if like, okay, it's just this a little scenario or whatever for you. What if it's almost like 2001 Space Odyssey, where they like an alien race came down and actually took like a chimpanzee, ape or something like that, and genetically modified the embryo to create the first human beings. And this is kind of what it talks about in these scrolls that this one person like has actually. It's in a museum now. Or no, that's the Ark instructions, I think, that Moses had. There's like actual instructions on how this thing was built. But that's the Ark. That's not the Ark, but not the Ark of the Covenant, but the Ark, like the animal one. Anyway, I'm getting way off, but like instructions on like all sorts of cool stuff that the ancient world had back then, and it just amazes me, you know. Like they they put together like information like cellular coding. I mean, even today, since they've actually mapped out the genome of a human being, they don't know what to do with it though. I mean, they don't know what to do with certain things, but in our DNA, there's like this not so much junk DNA, but it's like this unknown origin type DNA that like looks like it's strands that have been spliced, you know, from like this and this put together when it shouldn't be, and that's how we are now. And it's thought that, and through the scrolls and stuff, it talks about, say, Adam and Eve actually being the first two that they did this to, and then, you know, all this other stuff. It's like an alternative way if you're not like, you know, super religious or Christianity and all that, but it kind of makes some sense. And it's like super documented too, like by the Sumerians and this guy Enoch from over there. And I had never heard about any of that until like recently, whenever, you know, I just randomly like looked up the pyramids, because I've always been fascinated with the pyramids. And they were talking about how they discovered like a new chamber, and in this chamber was something that was like a rectangle shape, and it was the same exact dimensions mentioned in the Bible and in the Enoch scrolls or something like that about the Ark of the Covenant. Like it actually housed it there, and like it fit. And there's talk of it like being there, and how Moses was actually Egyptian, and he knew the science of the Egyptians because the Egyptian culture came after some of the pyramids were built, and they just took over the pyramids. And it's just amazing stuff. I mean, if you want to venture off into like suspend your disbelief about if you're religious or something, you know, you hold on to that. But it's just interesting about like some of the
The
things that,
limited time rewards have ended. You can still seek out artifacts, but only for the standard payout.
really wish I could just mute that guy right there and myself because I talk too much. But there's like talk of, okay, say like the dimensions of the ark and what it was actually about, like the Ark of the Covenant, for instance, that it was built as a type of capacitor for the ancient world versus an actually built for a god. Like some of the stories of people touching it and getting electrocuted and whatnot, and that it wasn't actually God that electrocuted it, but it was the way it was built. Like it's a wooden box that's, you know, infused with gold all around it and on the inside. And if the inside hollow can build up like a charge, and it has a position that sits directly in the middle of the pyramid to allow energy to build up into it and be channeled to go straight up through the dome. I mean, think about it. It's very interesting, the ancient world. And I've always thought like that too, because even like you know, Atlantis, lost city of Atlantis. What if the whole Atlantean thing is real, and the UFOs that everyone claims to see aren't really like extraterrestrial or from like, you know, an alternate dimensional type thing, but beings that actually live on this planet and have as long as we have or longer, you know, before us. Like maybe they, you know, they live underneath the water. I mean, you always hear about these things about UFOs like coming out of the water and floating around, and then up there in Siberia at the time that they had an encounter with these things, this humanoid type creatures underneath the water that were wearing these weird breathing things or something like that. I mean, what if they were going up to, you know, breathe water, and they have to go up to the oxygen area, and that's how they breathe? I don't know. It's very interesting, the stuff that is out there that's not documented, because in my opinion, and this is just mine, and I've not really gone to church my life or anything like that, but what if, like, you know, the ancient world was the information of it which is kept from us, and the actual book of the Bible was only the, like, certain stories and certain pieces of that knowledge that's not, like, unveiled to all of us like it should be. It's like kept from us, the real truth of everything. And not saying there's not to disprove a God, but just saying, like, a lot of the stuff that we already associate with the God or a God. And here we go. Yep. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Came out of there. I know, right? Well, disqualified from that one. But say, okay, so yeah, like, maybe, yes, God, the singularity that created the universe. What if that's what this God did? Or whatever. And the species that were created from it, that have been around long, you get speed boost from running over it, that, came before us, advanced so much, and this is what they were planet, and they just, like, experimented on the lower life forms, and that's how we became who we are. Like, and maybe, like, with all these other, like, sightings of UFOs. I mean, even here in the United States, they had that whole mandated thing where it was going to be released, like, or the Pentagon had to create a report to give to the Supreme Court or whoever it was about UFO sightings or something, and they confirmed, yes, there are these things flying around, but we have no clue what they are. And they're invading the airspace, and it's like a security risk type situation. Because there's, like, videos all the time of stuff, and we're polluting the air anyway. But what if, like, I'm just saying, like, what if that's kind of what it is? It's like we think differently because the truth is kept from us, and one day that truth will come out, but people will get all, like, crazy and weird and stuff, and wars. I mean, you think about most of the wars, right? This is my basic opinion. It's not like a truth thing or anything like that, but from what I'm looking at in the world, a lot of the great battles, like, that are over in, like, Islam, Iraq, and all that, is like a religious war about beliefs and stuff. You believe one thing, I believe the other. Well, I don't believe what you believe, so let's fight about it. That and control in the human way. And I think if we could, like, all, like, come together as a people, then these little civilizations say, okay, well, hey, they're well enough to learn stuff. Let's introduce them to the rest of the world. Now, coming back to Tesla, though, he studied the pyramids and like that kind of stuff, like, all the time. That's where he got his idea for the Tesla coils. Was like, what if this was what the pyramids were? And then he died, and the government took all his shit and kept it because there's no money in it. What if we can do away with money? What if we like, created and worked when we wanted to and how we wanted to work? And that's what, like, one of his little dreams and stuff. Because you can look up, like, one of the Tesla healing, like, devices that he came up with that uses, like, light or whatever, and, like, zaps you or something like that. You can find, like, the prototype design that he made years ago because of it, and it actually helped people. So those medbay things may be a little bit of truth behind it. I don't know. There's no telling, really, though. It won't be in our lifetime, all the information. I can pretty much guarantee it. Probably, like, on your deathbed, like, oh, it has been proven that these visitors are actually from Earth or something. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know what kind of religion or beliefs that could be, or what it could classify as. But I just want to think that, like, the interpretation of biblical stories based on truths are just half-truths. The whole story is not there because it's being concealed. And yeah, sure, maybe there is like the God that everyone always worships and stuff. But I just don't understand like the wrathfulness versus a loving God. How can you be both? You know, like the trials of Job thing. You know, hey, let's make a deal. Let's make a bet here, devil. I bet whatever, you know, and he'll go nuts, insane, whatever like that. Take all this shit away from him. He'll be miserable. How can you put somebody through that and say you care? It doesn't make sense. Oh, it's a life story. Yeah, whatever. I do kind of like think about like, you know, there's talk about this guy that was whenever he was born, a child or something like that, just remembers like living on Mars or an early Earth or something like that, and that he like the Sphinx that's over in Egypt actually had a hidden chamber like on its back and or whatever and that you can enter into, and there's like all this stuff in there and the Enoch texts or something, and this was like when he was like a little kid. He couldn't have heard about it somewhere, I guess. I don't know, but he just remembers like 9 foot tall like creatures or something like that, and him being one of them. It's like a past life thing millions of years ago. And then you kind of like start looking into past life regression and
Competitive racers, on your mark.
all that stuff, and it just seems so
Get
interesting
set.
to me.
Go!
There was that one story that I recently like looked up and like about a father that his son kept talking about like he had died in a war or whatever. He just got shot down in a plane, and he named off like who this co-pilot dude was that was with him and the other guys and all this like knowledge that only someone who was there would know. And his parents like looked it up, and like that it was factual truths and names and things that of people that really existed, and
Check in at the flag before equipping your Flounder.
it was just really interesting. Like, and they like he like remembered being this person and exactly like where he went down. And they, you know, it was reported a plane did go down there, and there's no way this little kid would have known this because he was like too young to use a computer at the time when he was talking about it, and just details, and it just makes you wonder if like we're recycled, or it's like that's the journey that we go through, you know. At least I think like that. Like, you know, sometimes you'll have a dream about something and somewhere you've never been before, and you're thinking, oh, deja vu. But what if you have been there, but just not now? Early artifact scavenger hunt happening right now. If I'm talking too much, tell me to shut up, you know. But that stuff's always just, like, intrigued me. But then it also kind of
Say,
scary.
friend, there's a bunch. Say,
Damn it.
there's a bunch. How can I help you today?
But like, say, you know, I've also looked into this like years ago about like the past lives thing, and it was something about like soul leveling, like your consciousness, your other self that's not really here, but like we're actually physically vehicles for our consciousness, and then after we die, the consciousness just goes back to where it started, you know, and back into the pool of consciousnesses that is the afterlife or whatever. And the whole purpose is that we are supposed to learn for some reason. And like if you experience something in your life, well, that adds to your leveling or whatever. And so like if you don't experience something you were supposed to, you'll go back into the little pool again and be reincarnated and come back. And like sometimes you can have physical markings from whenever you were, you know, gone, and they're okay. It had me go back and forth. I'm going over here. like, say someone's got a,
You found it.
I don't
Quick,
know how I
dig it up
found
and
that,
bring
I
it back
just
to me
did.
at my camp.
But like someone can have a mark on their back. It was one of the stories that I was actually looking at that one time about the two girls that got like hit by a car and died, and the parents like had two more girls, and these girls kept calling themselves like they acted the same way as the other girls. They would call each other by certain pet names that the other girls would call themselves that the parents never told them or whatever. And there was like this mark on one of them's forehead that was identical to the scarring that had or the damage that had happened from from one of them, the little girls dying, and like a birthmark that this other one had. And it gets me wondering, okay, say you die and who you are doesn't matter because you are who you are on Earth or in the physical realm, but your other self is like kind of co-piloting, observing what you're doing from within you. Like say, for instance, say they have the VR goggles on, and you are the avatar. Which brings it to the whole universe is a simulation theory that they came out with years ago, and that this one scientist said that he found computer code in string theory, which was really interesting and intrigued me. That we can like hack the code, that we're like really in the matrix and all this kind of stuff. If you know how to like manipulate it, you can just do whatever you want to, like lucid dreaming. I don't know, 13th Floor? That's a good movie. Okay, we got dance off starting in 16 minutes after Scavenger Hunt has started. It's about to start in just a
For a
second.
limited time only, I will be Well awarding done. bonus How favors can to anyone who comes help me locate temporal artifacts.
I mean, even when I was a kid, okay, I'm gonna say like about, how old was I? My mom told me this. I didn't know. I couldn't remember about it, but she says like when I was like 3 or 4 years old, I got dominoes, and I would stack them in a circle that looked like or like a stacking ring, and then put a top on this ring and little ones in the middle or something like that, and it was like the build like Stonehenge in a way. But I'm not going to associate that with like a past life thing or anything like that. But you know, just memories of the past, and I've always thought that like, what if we have the memories stored in our like DNA or our consciousness about everything that we need to know, but it's just blocked because we're not supposed to know it while we're here, and it like floods back to us after we're gone. We're back in the other place or something. That's what I think of it that way. Like certain glitches and whatnot that can happen. I remember we're gonna get into the ghostly stuff right now. I was working with an associate one day, and she was talking about how her house was haunted. And I said, how haunted is it? Like asking like what kind of haunting it is. She says, well, certain times of the day she would hear this woman screaming or something. And I said, really? She goes, yeah. And then she like says some things that you can't understand, like mumbling. And I said, how often does this happen? She says about once a week or so. And it's like a random day about the same time or something like that. And I was like, really? That's interesting. And I told her, I said, I have an EMF meter at home because I was real big into the Ghost Hunters show back then. And I'm also like computer repair, so I would use it to just for no reason at the time too, just checking stuff randomly, see what's giving off EMP or EMF rather. And so I said, here, take this home with you and just see about like if you got like a buildup of see what the numbers say, just in different rooms and whatnot. So she did, and it was like kind of fluctuated here and there, nothing really major or anything like that, just average type ambient stuff. And so I got to saying, okay, where do you normally hear this from? Like this, because I'm trying to like diagnose, because I love to do that. I love to like diagnose people's ideas on things and why they believe a certain thing or whatever. And I said, where does it usually happen at? She says, well, it's like around my bedroom and near the bathroom door area over there. I was like, okay. So I said, has there been any kind of like tragedy happen in that house? And she said, well, there used to be an old woman that lived there, and she like was robbed one night and like was killed, but not in the house. Like she's like outside of it or something like that, like down the road or whatever. So she didn't die in the house, but there was like a commotion the night that she actually died. And I said, do you think maybe that her audio is captured into the window of the bathroom? And she's like, what are you talking about? That sounds stupid. And I was like, I don't know, because at the time I didn't think of anything like this, until I went home and I looked up, can audio be like recorded into glass? Lo and behold, I look it up, and it's like, I think it was Benjamin Franklin or somebody had the idea of a phonograph back in the day, like, for playing records and recorded music and stuff, but it was a phonograph that could record to glass and then transmit back off of glass, kind of like how crystals are used to create CD-ROMs and DVD, and then light hits it and it puts it on there, and light can take it off. And I was thinking to myself, what if, say, the sun hit that window at exactly a certain part of the day, like a beam of light, this woman's attacked or whatever, and when she's yelling, it's recorded into this glass, so that every time, like, at certain times or whatever, it hits it just right, like the sun on certain days or whatever, it just hits it just right to replay that audio. Does that sound too far-fetched? Because, okay, ghosts or not, a lot of the paranormal type activity of like in weird energies and all this kind of stuff have always happened around like places that are high in quartz, like crystals and diamonds, and like the Stanley Hotel, say, up in Colorado, where The Shining's based off of. That place is apparently like, it's up in a mountain range where there's a lot of quartz and stuff. So what if the energy of the time was just captured and just plays back, and that's your ghostly activity? It's stored, and it's just like a repeating thing. It's not too hard or far-fetched to really think about. Crystal technology will be a futuristic thing, I think, too, because of it. Say again, Stargate SG-1, where they use crystals to store information to power the gold ships. That's not too far-fetched. I mean, we use a crystal type structure in our computers, electronics, that store information, and it's just they're chips. They're not actual crystals, but that can happen actually. There's our random runner. He's gonna get on his little board here in a second. Watch him. There he goes. But it's just food for thought. I mean, think about things like that. Like, if you look at certain things and just try to diagnose or just take apart each individual piece of it to rationalize an understanding of something. That's what I like to do. Totally getting off base for everything, though, aren't I? That's why a lot of times at work, people will that I work with, they'll think of the like things and stuff, and I'll just kind of like just be standing there going, have you ever just thought about blah 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 whatever? Like that one the day like it was like a clear day outside, and someone said, "Oh man, it's hot outside today. It's hot. Oh, it's hot. Whatever." I said, "You want it to rain?" They said, "Yeah, if we can make it rain, that'd be great." And I said, "Well, we can't make it rain. We just all have to agree and think about it, and maybe we can all make it happen." And they said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "You ever watch the movie Men Who Stare at Goats?" They said, "I never heard of it." And I was like, "It stars George Clooney and a bunch of other people." And I told them what the movie was about, which, if you don't know, it's based off of like documented like CIA and or around the world, like the like governments around the world, experimental programs, and like the ability to ESP and all this kind of stuff, or the ability to stare at a goat and think about its heart stopping, and then all of a sudden its heart stops and it dies, which is documented in these fields. Like someone stared at it and it did die, but they don't know if they made them do it, whatever. But or it could have been like the ones that fall over, they get scared. Or what a self-defense mechanism too those goats have. They're getting chased by something, they get startled, they fall over, they get eaten. But and one of the premises of the idea was like if you can stare up at a cloud long enough and imagine that cloud breaking up into nothing, would it happen? And science says that we kind of create what's around us just by observing or whatever. So I'm thinking to myself, if we all agreed that it would be raining, could it get cloudy and could it rain? Much like on an episode of Doctor Who back in the day, it was David Tennant was there, the master, and Martha Jones, Martha Jones. Freema Angema, she's actually got the same birthday that I do. But anyway, getting off subject. The whole thing was like the doctor shrivels down into like this little old thing or whatever, because that's how they'll look if they get old. And then all she does is like put the idea of the doctor in people's heads around, and they start saying it all together and believing it, and he becomes like this himself again because they all believe it. The power of the will and all this kind of stuff. And what if we could do that? If we believe hard enough, like to say, no, that door is open. There is no door, and then the door be gone. Much like the double slit experiment, if you ever heard of that, it's pretty interesting. How like if you observe something, like it's like got I can't remember if it was electrons or something that go through the slit, but it goes in a certain pattern that you would predict by basing by observing it. But whenever you're not observing it and you're just measuring it, it does something different. Like in a video game, it's just like the theory of like a simulation theory or whatever, that we're in a simulation. If your back is turned and you're not seeing what's behind you, is what's behind you actually there and happening? If a tree falls in the woods, if no one's around, do they hear it? It's that kind of concept. So yeah, look at the double slit experiment. It's pretty interesting, if you want to. Anyway, well, getting to Doctor Who, since I mentioned it. I guess they're not going to have any more come out after Jodie Whittaker's done, right? Because she's got like a one series left and that's over. Man, I remember I never really knew much about Doctor Who when I was growing up. It used to play on a television program called PBS over here in the States. And I'd always see it kind of just little episodes here and there, but not really understood what it was about until like back in 2005 when the Sci-Fi Channel brought it kind of... Well, no, not Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah, they aired it because the BBC had started to back up because... what's his name? God, I can't think of his name. I'm looking at his face in my head, but I can't remember his name. God. Anyway, he started it back up, and it had John Eccleston playing the Doctor, which he could have probably done like another series of that. I mean, just one is not really enough. That's like a waste of a Doctor's life there, bad wolf and all that. But it grabbed me right then, and it grabbed this other dude too. That we loved to watch it and stuff then, and we would like co-watch it, like when it would come on TV. You know, we'd count down 3, 2, 1, okay, and watch. You know, we'd talk about it in the chat room, and when we'd be watching it and then talk about it afterward. It got me involved in like wondering about the history of the Doctor, and then I found out it's like 1963 or so is when the first episode of Doctor Who ever came out with William Hartnell. It's like, wow, I got to get into this series. So I started like looking up episodes and was kind of disappointed the BBC had destroyed a lot of episodes because they would reuse the tapes that they would record on. And then you find out that the transmissions of Doctor Who, like some people somehow had copies of that, or picture stills and stuff, and they can put back like the audio. They had a separate track for audio, so they can put it together with the pictures, and you can watch them still frame. So I watched every single episode from 1963 until before the 2005, including the USA movie thing that they came out with, which you know. But yeah, you're talking about a lot of watching, right? I mean, back then the serials that they would call them during the series would be like 6 episodes, 30 or 22 minutes each or something like that, and it was just something fantastic, you know. It was awesome. I loved it. I love the Fourth Doctor, you know.
The limited time rewards
Tom
have
Baker.
ended. You can still seek out artifacts, but only for the standard payout.
But yeah, I watched like every single thing, and there was like this archive website that you can like download the audio/video they put together and stuff. And there was even this thing going around before about transmissions of the Doctor Who show were coming back to Earth from like so many years ago, of like just being played out into the universe, and it was like bounced off something and came back. I don't know if that was true or not though, but that'd be very interesting. And that, like, you know, people or somebody tuned in and was actually able to record it and had a copy of like old episodes that got deleted. Like, it was telling us something. I don't know, there's something magical about Doctor Who, and I hate the fact that it's turned into what it is, you know. I know, right? Do you like Dead Silence, Orson?
Yes.
Okay. Any reason? Is there any reason at all?
Yes.
Could you tell us? Okay, no, I guess not. But, yeah, the Doctor. How will they get out of it? At least the winner had a music better than you know, how could they come back from what they've done? I don't know if you've kept up or anybody's kept up with Doctor Who, but Chibnall's like he's pretty much destroyed Doctor Who in a lot of people's opinion. I thought Jodie Whittaker was pretty awesome at playing the part, but the story is starting to get a little bit crazy. I mean, like, for instance, the whole idea of Doctor Who, the Doctor dies.
Dance party starts in half a minute. Get out on the dance floor.
Or when the Doctor dies, he he regenerates, and then after the 12th one or whatever like that, you either completely die or you get like a you get like a new set. Like the Master always somehow managed to get a new set of regenerations every damn time. But what Chibnall has done, instead of like the Time Lords granting regenerations and stuff all the time, it's like the Doctor used to be like, this is like his like maybe 3rd set from the original, like way back in the day. Oh, somebody's got one of those little guys. Where like the Time Lords never knew about regeneration until they came across whoever the Doctor was, which was this little girl from a different parallel universe thing or something like that. Raise the roof. And one lady or Gallifreyan, not Time Lord, because they weren't Time Lords back then at that point, had experimented
Do
on
the running man.
after seeing the girl fall and then change into a different person. So she experimented and got the genetic coding out of this kid to then create the Time Lord's ability to do that. So
Do the running
I'm
man.
thinking in my head, if that's the case for the Doctor, right? Then why do the Time Lords need to give him/her another set of regeneration time, whatever, if they can do it
the leg
already?
kick.
Leg kick. I mean, if the Doctor say, okay, it was a little girl, and then all of a sudden, bam. If you watch the episode, bam, 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 bam. It's like going like several times, dying and regenerating. There is no set limit.
Wave your hand.
So if you've broken the Doctor's like set limit, could the Time Lords have given him or stopped him at a certain limit and just made that up themselves? I mean, if he's gonna regenerate anyway, why is there a limit?
Do the leg kick.
I don't know if I'm coming out right about that though. Leg kick. It just doesn't make any sense that the way Chibnall's done this. He's broken Doctor Who. Something we've all known.
Just dance.
Just dance. It's like something we've always seen, and it doesn't bother me that the Doctor's female. That's pretty awesome, But it can be a black person, it doesn't matter as long as the story's good, The actor acts
Club
good,
style.
club style. But it's just the fact that if you're like murdering a series, like you're changing too much of an origin, and how do you come back from that? I don't know.
Do the robot.
Robot. I can't remember how many times on camera or on the show you actually see it in that one episode, like the person who eventually becomes the Doctor dying and coming back, and then you see the one grown up
Do the sidestep.
sidestep. The one that is the grown up black woman, which I'm not trying to be like racist or nothing. I'm not. She's black, and that has nothing to do with
Do
her being the
leg
Doctor.
kick.
But she has the William Hartnell old TARDIS, and why if that was like the first Doctor that had that TARDIS, then the
Do
Hartnell
the leg
version. I mean, where does he fit into that as stealing one of the TARDISes if he's already stole it whenever he was a woman before? I can't put it together.
kick. Woo! Wave your hands.
And I don't know. And I think they were just like writing the Doctor just to write the Doctor to make money and not really carry out an actual thing that
Just dance.
makes any kind of sense. Of course, I guess that's what it's all about, money anyway, right? God. Matt Smith was a good Doctor. I like that. David Tennant, pretty good
Do
Doctor,
the
yeah.
robot.
Actually, he was awesome as a Doctor. He's like he wants to come back too. I mean, there's always a possibility because he's in that parallel world right now with Rose, right?
Do the sidestep.
Sidestep. Anyway, I'm talking too much, rattling on, I guess.
Just dance.
Just dance. Well, tomorrow is our food truck day. Yay.
Do the robot.
Robot. I can tell you this though. Watching Doctor Who has like broadened my whole idea of the time-space continuum, like stuff.
Do the robot.
Like I would like them to go more into, say, if they were able to salvage Doctor Who now, like a time before time type situation. Remember there was that episode that what's his name had? Dang, I can't remember their names.
Do the running man.
A Running Man. Where it was kind of like the proverbial devil or whatever that said he existed before time and stuff, and then the doctor's like, there's no such thing as existing before time. Yeah. Like
Do the running man.
go back to some of those things, you know, like the origins of like thing, expand our stuff, and, you know.
Raise the roof.
Raise the roof, yo. Hell, they got like what is it? Back in the Hartnell days, they had the doctor's granddaughter. The heck was her name?
Do the running man.
Running Man. It was like Chesterton was on there and Barbara. And his granddaughter. What the hell? What's her name? She's like still the woman that played the part is still alive. So, you know,
Do the running man.
can probably like bring her back for some reason or something. Like I know that they do that a lot. I don't know. They're coming out with. They're gonna do like another you know, anniversary type thing. Ever.
Do the snake.
The Snake. And somehow or another, the doctor becomes the curator in that one museum. And he decides to go back to being Tom Baker. I guess that won't happen now.
Dance club style.
Club style. I don't know, Doctor Who's pretty awesome. Timey-wimey and all that good stuff. The look on David Tennant's face whenever like he regenerates into Matt Smith.
Do the leg kick.
That's like a real thing there. I don't want to go, you know. I just can't get over the whole Chibnall thing.
Do the running man.
Of course, I guess a lot of stuff's kind of doing that nowadays, like getting used up and everybody's just running out of ideas. Like, you know, in the Marvel universe, they're like trying to go into another phase, and they're throwing it out on like television programs,
Raise the roof.
and a lot of it's not making any sense, and it's like they're just milking the series over and over.
Just dance.
Just dance. Man, I wish I had a Section 31 hollow disguise. Boom, kicks the dirt, stomps the mud puddle. The hand that rocks the
Raise
hovel
the roof.
raises the roof. Raises the roof, the rough. Agatha. It was
Just dance.
Agatha all along. That's not the Just Dance they meant, bud.
Do the leg kick.
Leg kick. I don't know if I should. Let's try that again. I don't know that I should continue after the 20 days for this.
Do the leg kick.
Like, so we have, say, okay, 13, 7 days left. Should I continue for like another 7 days? Or no, not continue, but after the 7 days.
Do
Like
the snake.
the snake. Should I like, you know, record day 21, day 22, all that kind of crap. And after Risa, what then? What is scheduled? I need to look on that.
Do the robot.
The robot. Do the robot. Yay, we're done with that. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, there's a lot of damn people on there. Look at that. Shit. Powerboard race, dude. We're coming up to almost our point here, aren't we? Wow. Let's see. How long we've been recording? For 1 hour and 4 minutes. That ain't bad. It's pretty cool, man. Cool. Choo-choo happens. But yeah, like, let's see. You can look at the schedule on here somewhere, right? Event campaign. Where is the schedule? Upcoming weekend. Earn 50% or more campaign XP Admiralty assignments this week. Blah. Admiralty. I need to do Admiralty. So I can get some, well, it already happened, didn't it? Yeah, the fleet dilithium vouchers so that I can give it to the fleet. Colony World. Add project. Research something or whatever. I'll do that again. It's like nobody bothers like doing shit. Settings. I'm still Emperor, and all these other people like this got ahead of me barely play. I can like recruit people. Let's see the roster. Offline, fleet rank, fleet admiral, offline. See, these people are never online. I never see them online ever. Like, and I'll check this thing like once a day or so whenever I'm playing as this character. I'll get on here and it's like see who's playing. This other dude's playing. Like he's at Earth Space Dock, looking for a team. Okay. It's the Discord for it right there. You go to the Discord, nobody said a word for like ever. This is crazy. Let's go back to the roster and just fleet rank it again because I want to see something. Red Queen, Ebony, red, number, offline. Is there like a thing that says like how long they like last time they were on? Status. Last online. See right there. Last online. And then I don't know. Is this? Yeah. Okay. So it's set for month, day, year, and something could have happened. I hope it's. I hope that's not the case. You know, like health wise or whatever. Hope they're still around, but they have not played since 10/7/2020. Next person in line was last online 11/22/2020, and that's the inheritor. And then you have this slacker person who's an inheritor, 7/13. Well, at least, well, that's today. They've been playing. This one, been playing. Yeah, and a lot of them, some people that are up there, you know, they've been every so often, but the actual person in charge has not been online for a while, and that's kind of bothersome to me. And not so much like I don't know if they can. I hope they're alive. You know, I just hope that like maybe they got tired of playing the game. They're, whatever. You know. But you know, I don't know. It'd be nice to just know, like, son of a bitch. What the hell did that thing take off so far for? But it would be nice to have some sort of communication. I mean, I changed the Risa thing is going on right now. Tag up here just to motivate. Nobody's there. Hello? That's what I should put on there is hello? I've always wanted to start a fleet on here, but I've never had enough people. I thought, what if I can start it with myself and my other characters? But then the contributing thing, you know, got to get people to contribute, and I couldn't contribute myself just to rank it up to where I need it. I used to be in Nether Sphere on here, and they were already like top ranked and everything. MMO based on exploring Hollow Earth, that'd be kind of cool. Iron Sky MMO then. A Hollow Earth MMO would be pretty cool. Let's make it happen, yo. Stargate would be pretty cool as an MMO, it would be. It happened once, though. I think I read about that or saw a video. It didn't really do very well. Hell, this game could do better, you know. There's so much potential in this game that they could do. Ooh, we don't have our thing. Shit. Well, look at that frame droppage. At least we haven't crashed. Here it comes. No. There we go, looking pitiful just because I let you go. Farming simulator. What the hell? Motherfucker. I am really tired of that happening. It happens to like a bunch of us too. A random like whoosh. And I've done it so many times. I've come over here before. I've been over here. Bullshit. I don't know. I'm just playing just to play. I mean, at this point, right? I mean, yeah. Once you've done good enough in the powerboard race, I always seem to have worse luck whenever I'm in a full room, though. Let's see, where am I at? I'm currently at 47 players, yeah. Versus some maps only have like 15 people in there. That damn numbering system does not make any sense. Horga'hn Hunt. Horse gone wild. You don't watch Godzilla for a plot. Jules Verne, that's all I gotta say. I wasn't that emoted, whatever the plot was. Imtu, it, Mekla, or whatever it's called. Pilot actually useful. Maybe we can do Horga'hn Hunt and make that work. Let's get a look at our inventory. 463 eggs. Well, the specialization, are you talking about like... No. A bridge officer. What are you talking about? Your specialization or bridge officer? The most useful thing about pilot is pilot maneuvers. Boom! It actually contributes pilot maneuvers and radio kicks ass. If you guys are getting non-live action movies, Two Heroes, the Demon Slayer movies are both really good. Movies and shows. That reminds me of the last episode, or episode 6, I should say, of Loki. Is set to drop like what? Pretty soon. Yeah. I'll probably end up watching that before I go to bed to wake up tomorrow to go to hell. Retail is hell. Otherwise, pilot without pilot maneuvers is kind of bleh. I kind of agree with that. The new MK movie storyline wasn't great. It should have been about more than just Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That's what I heard anyway. That the new MK movie is a prequel. Like, you know, a setup to an actual real movie. I just don't like the way they have to change the freaking story and add bullshit to it. That's why I like the MK95 movie. I mean, I've like forever, I've been obsessed with like Scorpion's mask from that. And I've been constructing it in 3D. I even have it like not for sale, but I put it on shapeways.com because I have a little store on there. And one day, hopefully, like to release a copy of what I'm making on there to see how well it sells. But it's like for me to buy it just to test it out and stuff, it's like $60 because I don't have a 3D printer. I sell little pieces of stuff out there though, like little things. They don't really sell much. It's like what, 3 or 4 sales a year of something, and under so many dollars, or under $5, which I think, I don't know what that translates to pounds or anything. But you're just getting like just barely anything from it, like just change is all you're getting from it, nothing much. But I don't care, as long as it makes people happy. That's all I'm doing. I create to create. I have it for sale at one of the lowest prices of the stuff that I do have on there. And it's been selling all over the world randomly.
Welcome to Risa. Welcome to Risa.
Home of the Risa beans. You have any beans? Hi there. Beans? Okay, let's go over here. Because we came in on the Horga'hn Hunt ending correctly, right? Biathlon, dude, I am so... Wait, hold on. That was Powerboard Race. Fuck you, Biathlon. Oh, dude, it's only like looking at the wrong thing and just flew by. Wow. Let's travel to the world facing different villains in their arena. Dun, 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 dun. It's one of the first games fighting games I actually played on the Nintendo. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Mortal Kombat, of course. I used to take Taekwondo years ago. I got to wear a like first degree black belt, recommended something, I forget exactly. But I would teach some of the classes and stuff, and we had a Mortal Kombat tournament one day where the instructor brought like his console up to the class area, and we had like a little party thing there, and played, and I of course chose Scorpion because that's the man. That's where my name on here comes from, Scorpiona, which is back whenever I had Yahoo Chat. It was not that, or it was that, I think, because it used to be like Scorpion want to be a Scorpion, like the story of Scorpion was so intriguing to me. But then when MK, the Mortal Kombat website or something at the time, the forums there, they changed the username length, and I had to shorten it, so I chose Scorpiona, and I've had it ever since. That's been like since mid-90s or late to mid-90s. It's amazing that the internet's been public for that long, even though governments around the world apparently had the internet before we ever had access to it. And then the speed just increased over time. Poing. I think half of the stuff I know is just bullshit that I've thought is real over time. It just makes me wonder. I've been lying to myself all this time thinking I actually knew shit. New stuff. To our rendition of Patton Oswalt's comedy bit, Boba Fett. Episode 8 of what? I need to be paying attention, but I don't make enough money to pay anything. Duh. Yes, I am from the South in the United States. I don't know how bad of an accent I have, but I mock the accent. Guy come in there, how y'all doing in there? Sure is hot outside, ain't it? Like, yeah.
You found 10 horses. Welcome to Risa.
No, you are welcome to Risa. Since we left off, let's see, we're going to do another flying high because I screwed the Powerboard Race up, something fierce. Joke was a whole bit. No, because it was well written. Street Fighter games already do that. Free boss item related cards are always nice. It's one thing I need to do one day is go through my duty officers and actually who is what and what they're doing. Space. See, I have weapons projectile weapons officer. which I do have photon, or no, quantum torpedoes, is it? Quantum phase? Yeah. Let's see. Out there. Quantum phase torpedo in the cutter in the back because it gets critical chance or something. Something's critical on it. I forget. It increases something. It's not saying on there. But, let's see. Energy weapons. I could try to get a better one of those, I guess. Information. 50% chance reduce time and charges on by 15 seconds. By 20 seconds. Reduce time remaining charge time by 20 seconds. So yeah, I can increase that eventually. And I got a technician, recharge a bridge officer. Yeah, I do need to get a better one of those there. Bridge officer power recharge is reduced by 6% after activating. Yeah, I can so get better on that. I have totally neglected the roster part of this game. Temporal agents, Samog, Latinum. Dude, how much Latinum do I have? Oh, I can do that. Let's see. Gold press Latinum. 257,249. But there's nothing for Latinum, really. That's the thing. Like, okay, where's Latinum guy? He's over here somewhere. Traveling along, singing a song. Won't you be my neighbor? Blah. Okay. Hello, Mr. Bean. Hello. Let's see. Latinum guy. Space. Why would we need that? We don't need a hollow emitter of any kind. Because what's the point? It's just a waste of those. Because what does it say? Ferengi ship will remain active during combat, unlike personal hollow emitter. Okay. Well, they'll remain in contact. But there's something about like they'll like dissipate after a while. If not, I can get one just to have one. Remain active during combat, unlike personal hollow emitters. There's something about will burn out after 1 hour of use. So that's what I don't like. If you use it for an hour, it's dead. You gotta go buy another one. I ain't about to buy no other one. There's no reason for these. They just make your ship look like something else. Who cares? Ground. Subspace party amplifier. Don't care for that. Don't care for personal hollow emitters either. Subspace party nullifier. That's worth having. Why does it say new? It's not. It's not new. It's been in the game forever. They don't update this guy. This guy has nothing anymore. Trophy. Why? Why bother? Why bother? Who cares? Summer event specials. Get 1 Lohlunat for 200 Go Press Platinum. Now that might be worth something. I don't like the fact that it's the 200-to-1 ratio though. Outfit sunglasses rimless. I have gotten the sunglasses though. Those are actually worth something. I wouldn't say that much, but they're worth, you know, getting for a character just sometimes. Costumes. Of course you get the costumes. I've already got those. And that was it. I mean, that's a whole reason for that guy, and there's nothing else in the game. I mean, add more content to the Ferengi, damn it. I'm just bitching is all. I really want to get a VR headset, but I don't want to spend like as much money as those things are freaking worth. I do the whole like find a used cell phone, I guess, somewhere and get Google Box. Poor man's version, you know. Yeah, dude. Yeah, whoa. I tried to find a good whoa sound from Keanu Reeves or whatever, but I can't find one that's clean. Because Orson gets so lonely. Isn't that right, Orson?
Yes.
I know, right? Dude, one of the funny things is like, I don't know if you ever watch, or anybody's ever watched Animaniacs, right? But Pinky and the Brain on there, hilarious. You know, one is a genius, the other's insane. The guy, Maurice, what's his name? Well, the whole story behind how he came up with the voice is hilarious. It's about Orson Welles and this thing about peas that he read about. It's some whatever over there. Peas are grown there, you know. And then he like gets mad. He does one of those whole Christian Bale gets pissed off kind of things when he's reading the script on for the radio show thing. And, you know, and that's where that yes comes from. Okay. Well, we've gone kind of getting there to the end of this hour and a half-ish amount time. If there's anything that I mentioned that offends anyone, I'm sorry. Like when I said that, you know, the black lady is a doctor. I don't mean anything by the color of her skin. I was just identifying which character it was because I'm unaware of the actress that plays her part. And since the doctor always just calls himself the doctor, what the hell do you call him? You know, it's just an association with which one. I don't know the actress that played the part. I'd enjoy watching a series of a pre-doctor, if that's the case. If this is like, since this is now canon type stuff, you know, where that doctor came from. The more of the story of who that one is. Yeah. I think that would be kind of cool. But anyway, that's, you know, when I talked about the doctor earlier. I mean, if there's anything like about the pyramids and stuff, or the Bible thing that may have offended someone, I did not mean to offend. I'm just opening my mind out there to people, you know. Without the schedule rotation, you have no one to race against. Yes. Wahahahahaha. Nobody understands me. And what I mean, like when I've typed here, I was like, yes. Transformers cutscenes like, na 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 na. You know, where the Autobot symbol flips around to the Decepticons. If you ever watch like stuff like that. I don't know. You could just do your daily and get back to between real races. Yeah. Have different races. That'd be interesting. Like expand Risa. Make it so we can go out there in the world, man. Bajoran equals boring. Does anybody go to Bajor? Like, the only time that I actually do that in-game was, like, with the story, of course. And then whenever Q does his once-a-year Omega Particles thing. Never really checked. There's nothing to do there. I do that. I don't know why my finger just doesn't let off the shift key correctly. Alright, 2 minutes left, Horga'hn. And we're just sitting here talking about bullshit. If the swearing is a bad thing, everyone needs to let me know. Because I don't know if I can control that. There's despicable races in Trek. They know their gods are aliens, yet they worship them anyway and never shut up about them. Cardassian's got the stiff neck. Okay. I love the Bajorans and the religious culture. Very unique. None of Visitor and Ensign Row are amazing. Maybe one day I'll go around and get the rest of the story missions that have come out ever since. Where are they at? Right here. Episodes like these here. Because whenever I like made sure that I did every single one of these when I made this character and I first started playing. I went through every story mission to get stuff that I needed, to just clear that off there to get the accolades or whatever. And then they started adding more shit. Like, where's another one? A new one. And it just like snuck up on me. Or as Jennifer Garner would say, sneaked. Is it going to put a whole every 12-year-old game? I've Bajor is the hardest part of the game on me, especially when I'm trying to quell the riots and all those accurate points about Kardashian uplift up here. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, well, we're going to end it right here. Let's assume our position and aim the gun at the camera. Listen here, if you subscribe, I'll shoot me. I'm going to just say, yeah, okay, shut the hell up. We did really bad on the powerboarding. Did I even finish one of the races? I don't think I did. I think I disqualified every damn one of them. Ah, whatever. Bye.